All right, guys, so we got to talk about a video that is going viral that the Karen King himself, Rashard Ritchie, will never, ever talk about because it does not fit the narrative. And this incident slash video has to do with a black Karen, not a white Karen, going wild in public. You know, Dr. Rashard Ritchie, or TYT, his specialty, even though this guy has a PhD, is covering videos of white women going crazy in public, right? That's his whole channel, right? He specializes in Karens, okay? He's the Karen King. However, again, he probably won't talk about this one, as we have video footage of a black woman hurling racial slurs at an Asian woman during an altercation at a gas station. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play the video of this incident, and then I will play another video of the Asian woman explaining her side of the story, and then after that we're going to get into this black woman being confronted about her remark. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll the clip. Take a look.
You're racist? That's what you said?
That's what I said.
What did you say?
It's not against the law. You heard what I said. Go eat your dog with some rice.
She said, go eat your dog with some rice.
That's what I said. Go eat your dog with some rice. That's what I said. It's not against the law. You. Record her funky smash face ass.
What did I say? You said, go eat your dog with some rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, post that.
Yeah, post that. Make sure you get me good.
Oh, I did. You don't look good, but I did.
Go do some
And your kid is laughing at you being racist.
Do some nails or some feet or something.
So this happened at the Shell on Madison, right across from Trader Joe's in Capitol Hill, Seattle. And if you know that gas station, you know that it's owned by an Asian family. So it's usually one of 3 Asian men who are working there. And yesterday, when this happened, it was the elderly Asian man, like the grandpa, you know, very sweet, very quiet. This lady that I was recording, we had walked in at pretty much the same time. He was already helping someone, like, with a transaction, and there was someone else waiting behind him. So I, like, get in line like a normal person. And so the way that this gas station is set up is, like, the counter is right there when you open the door. So she kind of opens the door halfway, and she tells him, like, I need $6 on pump 1, whatever. And he's, like, in the middle of a transaction, so he can't, like, help her right away. And there's a line, right? So she, I guess, gets frustrated. I don't know. Not even 3 seconds later, she throws the cash in his face. Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. She throws, and, like, aggressively too, over the plastic barrier, hits his face. So at that point, I'm shocked. He doesn't say anything. So naturally, something about me is, whenever I see people being rude to elderly Asian people in public, it triggers something in me. I can't deal with it. I can't stand it. I need to speak up. Especially if they don't speak up for themselves, I will do it for them. I go, whoa, don't do that. That's extremely rude. Why would you do that to anyone? You don't throw money in anyone's face, especially when they're working customer service. And she goes, mind your own business, da-da-da-da-da. And walks out. So I pay for what I pay for, and then I walk out. She immediately starts with the racial slurs. In my head, I'm like, oh, okay, you just probably don't like Asian people because what happened in the gas station, and then now you're yelling racial slurs at me. So I go, oh, okay, so you're just racist. Gotcha. And she goes, yeah, I am racist, blah, 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 blah. And that's when I start recording. So, yeah. Pretty much everything that happened, and then I recorded her up until the point she left. So yeah, no, I was not racist towards her. I know better than that. I am not going to stoop to her level of disgustingness. And
yeah, so you seen that, you heard that. Basically, the lady was rude, okay, allegedly, according to this Asian woman's side of the story. The lady was rude as she tried to purchase gas. She opened up the door. The guy would not, I guess, put $6 on pump, whatever, right? And she threw the money in his face and then walked out, and the Asian lady addressed her rudeness, and that's when she started hurling racial slurs, okay? I believe that is the accurate version of events according to this Asian lady. Now, again, this story has went super duper viral, and now there's video footage of this black woman being confronted about her comments. So I want you guys to take a look at it.
What are you doing?
Hi, are you LaDonna?
I am.
Ma'am, I just, have you seen the video of you hurling all those racial slurs? I'm a journalist. I just wanted to get your side of the story.
I don't got no side of the story. Why are you on our property?
Do you regret using all those racial
Not
slurs?
at all.
You don't. Would you like to say anything? Would you like to share your side of the story, ma'am?
Why are you on my property and why are you recording my car?
If you just come down and talk to me, I'll leave.
I don't have to talk to you. I don't know you.
I'm a local journalist to see if you wanted to
I
share.
don't give a who you are.
You want to share your side of the story?
You heard it, didn't you?
I wanted to just give you an opportunity.
Why are you on my property recording my?
Well, I'm on a public street, ma'am. Would you like to just share your side of the story? Do you have any regrets hurling all of those racial slurs at that Asian woman?
I don't have to come and talk to you about nothing.
I know, but your video,
Out of here.
but your video's everywhere.
I don't give a
Would you like to just come down and maybe apologize
for what?
for all those racial
No,
slurs?
that called me a. Go ask her that. So you and her.
Do you have evidence of that? Do you have evidence of that?
What the f you doing?
I
dude?
want to wait for you to come down to talk.
You'll be waiting till Jesus come back.
You don't-
Who the f are you? I don't have to answer to you. You and her. Now
I-
post that.
Anything else, ma'am, you'd like to share?
Yes. Like the f I said, that called me a.
I don't. She yelled all these racial slurs at an Asian woman.
In the back of my house recording.
She was caught on video.
What the, who gives a? Can I
LaDonna, what would you like to say?
I'd like to say.
Are you a
There's an
racist?
Asian man here recording my car and my children and like talking about he's a journalist. You need to get off the property. Get the. Yeah, get your. That's what I thought. Journalize.
LaDonna! Why are you throwing rocks? Why are you throwing rocks? I just want your side of the story. Donna, stop throwing rocks.
Eat a dick, Asian man. Or a dog with rice. You know how you know.
All right, so here's how I feel about this. I'm not sure if that Asian girl's story is the whole story, right? There's some people on the internet that are saying that she must have said something racist to the black woman first. I don't believe that, but I'm not sure if I believe all of that Asian woman's story. I'm just saying, I don't really know, okay? There's a lot of pieces to kind of put together here. I'm assuming that despite the fact that she allegedly tossed the money into the Asian man's face, which I think is probably the worst thing that she did, not necessarily the slurs per se, but toss the money in his face like that. I think that was the worst thing. You have to assume that he went and processed or allowed her to pump gas anyways, despite not actually being there to pay for it or throwing the money in his face. Okay, now if he did that, I think it would make sense that the Asian lady stood in line and then paid for her stuff and then went outside and the lady was still out there. Okay, so I guess that would make sense in regards to how things happen. Now, obviously, this lady and what she said was terrible. Okay, she is a vile, despicable human being, and I think what she said should be condemned. I think what she said was overtly racist. It was wrong. And when I first did this story, I told myself, I don't know if I agree with the Asian journalist pulling up to this lady's house. Okay, she didn't do anything illegal. She just said some racial slurs. She has the right to say those things if she wants to say those things. Obviously, they're terrible things, they're horrible things, but she didn't really do anything illegal. I think the worst thing she did was throw money in the cashier's face, not necessarily the racial slurs, even though, again, they were horrible and despicable words. It's not illegal. Okay, that is her First Amendment right to say those things. And I don't know if this street is private or public. I have no clue. right? But I do know that it looked like that Asian guy did try to go into the woman's apartment. And I think that at that point, he kind of crossed the line, okay? I don't think that he should have tried to do that. However, I will say this. We have seen whole mobs of black people pull up to a white man's house if he says something racist, right? I mean, I think there was a story about a year ago about a guy out of New Jersey, I believe, where he had a neighborhood dispute where he said something racist and a ton of black people, like literally the whole hood, showed up to the guy's doorstep, okay? Showed up to the guy's neighborhood because he said something racist. I'm just saying, what comes around goes around. So even though, again, in a normal situation, I'm not sure if I agree with it, considering what probably would have happened if this was the other way around, okay? If this was an Asian person, or better yet, again, a white person yelling these types of slurs at a black person, okay, being this overtly racist, the mob would have showed up, right? The mob would have showed up. So again, it's kind of funny seeing this woman get a taste of home medicine in the sense that, you know, people are standing up to her and exposing her racism. Because I'm pretty sure she's a woman that cries racism all the time. That's why she's so racist, right? The people that cry racism all the time are probably the most racist people, right, in this country. So again, I am sure that this type of stuff that she would do if somebody said something racist to her. Again, it's funny when you play the reverse Uno card on these people, right? When you call them out on their racism and then you watch them kind of melt because, again, they're being confronted. But again, this is the type of stuff they sign up for because, again, if a white person was to say the same things that she said, we all know what happened. The mob is going to show up. The mob going to pull up, right? The whole hood going to be there. Again, you know, I think in a normal situation, though, I will say that when you're in public and you have these type of disputes, I wouldn't be pulling up to somebody's place like this. That's how you end up escalating stuff and people get hurt. It's not worth it. Not over some words, man. I understand wanting to humiliate her publicly, you know, and call her out for the racist that she is. But I don't think that people should be harassed at their homes just because they say racist things in public. Again, it is their First Amendment right to do that, to say those things. But I just don't necessarily think I agree with, you know, the response to that always being pulling up to people's houses, right? Because again, there's been stories like this where, again, we've had a mob of people pulling up to somebody's house because they said something that's, you know, racist, allegedly. And I just think it's kind of ridiculous, okay? But again, it is funny to see the reverse Uno card here, to see this happen to people who routinely are always accusing other people of being racist. It's kind of funny. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.